Good afternoon. My name is Brandon Bronstein. I am a sales manager here for Digital Channels Division with Insight Global. I'm also on with my counterparts Alex and Rebecca today, and here here to talk about open discussion around is your job description simply scaring away candidates? Really to hone in on the specifics of what should be included in the job description, making sure we're not deterring any candidates away from overpopulating the must-haves and requirements for the role and really talking about how to create a clear and concise role to present for potential candidates in your market. So with that being said, I'll open it up to Rebecca to start the dialogue and continue on.
Yeah, thanks, Brandon. Hi, everyone. My name is Rebecca Farnow. I'm our consultant engagement lead over the digital office. I work on consultant retention strategy and keeping our consultants happy. An interesting trend that I've seen recently has been kind of the too much information trend, if you will. So I see these job descriptions that have so much information about the company, the culture, what they're looking for, and then they'll have a list of 10 to 15 daily responsibilities. And then under that, there will be a list of 10 to 15 required skills and experiences for the candidate to be considered qualified. And both myself being a candidate in the past and anecdotally seeing individuals applying for these roles, it's almost like information fatigue. You see so much in front of you that you can't really figure out where you might fit into that job description. And then we start to see candidates self-selecting themselves out. So how do it's a delicate balance around like, okay, how do we convey the culture? How do we convey this company? How do we capture attention without overloading information? I think I see that more often than anything else.
Yeah, that's such a good point. Yes. Hello, my name is Alex Miliskevich. I'm a director of operations within our digital channels division. And yeah, I couldn't agree more, Rebecca. It's a fine line between being kind of too vague and then being too detailed. And I do think that one of my things that I found with job descriptions in particular is when you're actually writing the must-haves and pluses, actually putting adjectives with the experience that you need, right? A lot of times I'll find job descriptions will be like experience with Java or experience with Cisco routers and switches. I always challenge our hiring managers that we consult with and we work with to put adjectives behind them. What do they need to be able to do with that, right? Because then what you're trying to do is build confidence in your candidates that's like, oh yeah, I can do that with a router or I can do that within Java, which will then make them more inclined to throw their name in the hats, if you will, for participating on the job search.
Yeah, totally. I mean, I to your point, I see so many job descriptions that you can tell they're just copy and pasted. They're just job descriptions on one job board, second job board, third job board. There's no really like tailoring going on. So as a candidate, you're looking at the same three requirements over and over and over. Al, to your point, experience with Java, experience with Cisco routers and switches. It's like, okay, what does that mean? I've seen this on every single job description. It's all the same. So what's going to be the right job for me? So yeah, like tailoring your job descriptions and your requirements of like, okay, troubleshooting Cisco routers and switches in what kind of environment? Like how many servers? How are you going on site? Are you in the field? Like just inserting some sort of true information to keep it concise, but also relevant to what your job actually is and not just boilerplate that you could Google what's a network engineer job description, then copy and paste it.
Yeah, I always think it's a good idea to also write just kind of like almost like handwritten day-to-days of jobs, right? Because there is no like prepackaged day-to-day for really any role, right? Because every company is unique, every situation is unique. So I've always also, really challenged the recruiters within our organization and the hiring partners within our organization to write handwritten day-to-day breakdowns of just like, what is the reporting structure? How large is the team? What is the actual day-to-day role that this person is going to be performing? Sometimes I feel like people will fall in this trap of just, they almost think less information is more, where I almost think it's like write an actual kind of like handwritten and thoughtful day-to-day, because a candidate will be able to see through that in a good light, right? They'll be like, oh, this person cares about this. I do think just kind of generally speaking, job descriptions are important because it's your first opportunity to kind of make the candidate a believer in your job, right? And if you just kind of pre-package that or just can that up and put it out there, those are going to be the type of applicants that you get back as well. They can kind of see through that care with a handwritten job description.
Totally. And like think about your recruiter as a hiring manager. Sometimes the hiring managers are doing the hiring, the interviewing, the scheduling all themselves, but typically there's a recruiter point of contact that they're working with. If you're a recruiter, can't give all that information out, can't give the team size, team responsibility, scope, 2024 initiatives, anything like that, then how is the recruiter really going to vet the candidates for you? You know, so I think like working on that job description is truly the gateway to efficiency, because you can either copy and paste boilerplate from the internet and hope that your recruiter knows what a network engineer is, or you can sit down with them for 20 minutes and actually implement something that can like result in so much change in your hiring process.
Yeah. It's also like I've found a lot of times I'll look at job description and they'll be real heavy with must be a good communicator, must be on time, must be a team player. It's like those stand for any job in any industry across the country. So if you're going to put things in your job description around communication skills, have it be specific to like must be comfortable presenting to other business units, or must be comfortable walking or talking someone through a PowerPoint. It's almost like challenge yourself to be more specific with how their communication skills need to actually be, because everyone needs to be a good communicator. Everyone needs to be able to hold a conversation or be on time. I think being more specific with what is the actual requirements of the role in that perspective is a good best practice as well.
Yeah, exactly. Just to your point, to make it more concise, just cut the part for the core stuff or tailor it so it's actually applicable to what they're doing every day. Because, of course, we're all going to show up on time if we're a good candidate.
Absolutely. Well, that concludes our discussion for today. If you're interested in learning more about job description consultation, please visit insightglobal.com. And thanks for joining us. Have a great day.